What's good, everybody? This your boy EJ the DJ, and I'm back with another video. And I'm coming with some big news out of the Atlanta Hawks camp. GM Landry has just been fired by the Atlanta Hawks. And to me, this is a shocking move because I just didn't see Landry getting fired this off season. I felt like Landry did a pretty good job for the things that he had to deal with, overcoming the DeJounte Murray trade and getting Dyson Daniels out the deal. You know, that was a steal. Drafting Zachary Ricochet with the #1 pick this last draft. Ricochet has come along in the second half of the season and looks like he's going to be a guy. But it is shocking because, like I said, I just didn't see it coming. Now, am I surprised that Landry is fired? Not necessarily. I'm not going to say he always made the best moves, but he did, you know, okay. Um, I'm talking to people on Twitter right now, and I'm asking questions like, where do the Hawks go from here? Do they trade Trae Young at this point? I'm not opposed to trading Trae Young, but I'm also not opposed to keeping Trae Young because you just can't get rid of a point guard that just led the NBA in assists. So, and Trae is one of the best point guards to me in the NBA, and he's very slept on. People be sleeping on Trae Young, but it's just I've heard Trae say that he feels like he can win here in Atlanta, and he understands his role. He understands that he has to help the young guys, get up to par. But what does this new GM do? Now, our new GM for the Atlanta Hawks is Ansi Salah. He came from the Golden State Warriors. He was a part of the Atlanta Hawks this year, but he came from the Golden State Warriors. He was also a part of the Golden State Warriors 2022 NBA championship team. So, which direction does he want to go with this team? And that's what I'm asking on Twitter. I asked someone, is this new GM, is he going to extend Trae Young and keep Trae Young? And people, are saying the same thing. Like the Hawks, why are people talking about trading Trae Young? He hasn't said anything. He hasn't requested a trade. I understand that, but what does this new GM want to do with this Atlanta Hawks team? So, another question is, are they going to keep Quinn Snyder? It's been the Hawks fan base has kind of been on and off about Quinn Snyder. So like I said, what does this new GM want to do? What does Tony Ressler, the owner of the Atlanta Hawks, what are their plans for this team? Like I said, Landry, he got us another first round pick in this draft. So the Hawks should have 2 first round picks in this draft coming up this year. So they have assets. They don't have the pick next year because of the DeJounte Murray trade, which goes to the Spurs. But they have 2 draft picks this year. Where do they go with this pick? And how do they build this team? I feel like they have a solid core if they keep Trae. You got Trae, Dyson, Zach, and Jalen Johnson, and Yaka Unkombu. That's a starting 5. So do we continue to keep that starting 5 and just continue to build on that? I feel like the Hawks have a good direction that they're going in. They just got to get solid key pieces to add to this team, and I've been preaching for some time now, and that's why I've been wanting to do my videos so I can document this stuff, that the Hawks need some dogs on that team. And I'm gonna just put it out there, like I've always been a fan of PJ Tucker because he just brings that mentality to the team. Hawks fans always preach what Solomon Hill was for the Atlanta Hawks team back in 2021 when they made that Eastern Conference Finals run, and how important Solomon Hill was. So, you need guys like that on the bench to, get in the game and be tough and tell what needs to be said to the players, and they can go up there and do what they need to do. Sometimes you got to have those type of guys on the team, and I think that's what the Hawks are missing. They're missing a couple. They're a few dogs away from being one of those teams. But this is big. This has made the offseason even more interesting than I thought it was gonna be. I just didn't see Landry getting fired right now. So let me know in the comments, where do you think the Atlanta Hawks go from here? Do you want to continue to see Trae Young on the Atlanta Hawks team? Or do you want to see Trae Young get traded? Are you just a Trae Young fan? You just like whatever benefits Trae, you're fine with. You're fine with him being on the Hawks. You're fine with him getting traded. And what do you expect the Hawks to do with the 2 first-round picks that they're going to get this season? I know it's still a coin toss about the Sacramento Kings pick, but if they get I feel we really need those picks. We really need that pick in this upcoming draft. So it's going to be an interesting ride this all season, Hawks fans. So buckle up, get ready. Let me know how you feel about Landry getting fired, man. Is it shocking to you, or you just rolling with the punches? What the Hawks do, And another question, I had to go back and look at the records of the previous teams, and when the Hawks started this rebuild, a couple teams were in the same spot as like the Hawks, and those teams I'm talking about: the Knicks, the Pistons, the Magic, the Pacers. They were all kind of in a similar time frame back like in 2020, 2021, 2022, but they have significantly jumped the Hawks a little bit, and they're all in the playoffs. Why is that? How did the Pistons get it, how did they leapfrog the Hawks? How did the Magic leapfrog the Hawks, and been a better team this season? Let me know. I have a theory to what I think and believe what happened, but y'all let me know in the comments what you think happened that the Magic, the Knicks, Pacers, and that was the other team I said: Magic, Pacers, Magic, Pacers, Knicks, and Cavaliers. What do you think they all leapfrog the Hawks in? All right, so drop in the comments. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.